hair and skin oils. And of course there are a plethora more than what I'm going to talk about today, but these are the ones that I sort of keep stocked in my beauty kitchen. I always reach for these for one reason or another, so these are the ones that I'm going to share with you guys today. And I know that this video is like long overdue, so many people have requested it, so here it is. Okay, so the first oil I want to talk about is jojoba oil. And jojoba oil is really, really great because it's one of the thinner carrier oils. Like, it almost has a consistency of wax. It's not as thick as some of the other oils that I'm going to talk about, and so if you have like fine hair or thin hair, or you just don't want your hair to be weighed down with heavy oils, then you're going to want to try this particular one. Again, it's super duper thin. It feels like wax, so it doesn't have that consistency of an oil that it feels like, you put oil on your skin and now it's just super duper oily and you don't know how long it's going to take to absorb. This, as soon as you put it on your skin, it almost feels like it absorbs right away. The molecular structure of jojoba oil helps it to penetrate into our skin, and so it mimics sebum, and sebum is something that our skin produces naturally. We have it on our scalp and on our face. It's that natural oil that we produce. If you have like curly hair, you know that curly hair tends to be hair that's a little bit drier. So we don't produce, or the sebum that we produce in our scalp doesn't get all the way down to the end of to the tips of our hair because of the curl shaft. It makes the sebum really difficult to travel down. So you can actually use jojoba oil to moisturize your curls instead of waiting for the hair oil to get all the way down the hair shaft, especially if you have like really, really long hair. Also, it has vitamins A, E, and D, which of course is great for our skin. And if you have dry skin like I do, then you want to actually put oil on your face. And I know this is going to sound really, really crazy because we always see things that are like oil-free. You don't want oil on your face. Jojoba oil isn't comedogenic. Like, it's not going to cause any breakouts or anything like that. It's all natural, especially if you get like pure jojoba oil that doesn't have any fragrance added or anything like that. What I do is, after I've washed my face and cleansed it and all that stuff, and I put the serums on and the moisturizer and all that good stuff, I will apply jojoba oil on top, especially during winter months. Even during summer months, if you're out in the sun all the time, the sun can really dehydrate skin, and so you can put moisture back into your skin using natural oils like jojoba oil. Because it mimics sebum, it's almost like you're making yourself have oily skin if you have dry skin. Of course, oily skin people don't have to do this because you have natural sebum that's going to produce itself on your face, and it really helps to prevent wrinkles. It acts as a defense mechanism on your face because it's going to help to not let free radicals get onto your face and be absorbed into your skin. So because jojoba oil has really great vitamins in it, it can also do the same thing. So I would definitely look into jojoba oil, especially if you're completely new to hair and skin oils and you've never tried any hair and skin oil before. I would really go with jojoba oil because it's sort of it's a milder oil and it's easier to work with. So if you have never tried oils before, jojoba oil may just be your ticket. Secondly is sweet almond oil, and sweet almond oil, it's a little bit thicker. It does act as more of it does have that oilier texture, so if you apply it on your skin, it is going to be oily, FYI. I like to use sweet almond oil on my hair because it really helps to promote shine. And it says that it is said that it promotes hair growth as well. I can't say that I've seen that so much because I don't necessarily apply it onto my scalp. I usually like to apply it like from my ears down when I'm applying a hair oil because that's where I want most of the moisture. My battery's gonna die. Yes, it is, and so I'm gonna have to change it in just a little bit. But yeah, so that's sweet almond oil. Oh, it also acts as a sealant. So if you have like curly hair and you're putting product on your hair like hair gel or mousse or what have you, and you want to seal all of those things, and then you want to go with something like sweet almond oil because it's going to keep everything on your hair, and so you can keep your curl pattern and keep all those things if you're sealing it with something. And so it's a really great sealant, and if you have curly hair, then you probably know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about sealing type products. The next one that's really great for sealing as well is castor oil. And castor oil is actually very, very popular for a few different reasons. There are a lot of people on YouTube who do something called the Castor Oil Challenge. So if you are curious about the Castor Oil Challenge, and what that is what the Castor Oil Challenge is it's actually used to promote hair growth. People actually apply castor oil on their scalp on a regular basis, sometimes every day, sometimes every other day, what have you, and then they track their hair growth. And people have found really, really great success with that. So if you are trying to grow your hair out faster, then you may want to look into the Castor Oil Challenge. And there are a few different ones. There's Jamaican black castor oil, and then there's this regular castor oil right here. And by the way, I will put links to where I buy all these oils down below. If I buy them online, then I usually get them from Vitacost, but if I buy them in store, then I usually get them from Whole Foods, FYI. So castor oil, aside from it being something that people have used to promote hair growth, it also acts as another really great sealant. Now this is thicker. This is probably going to be the thickest oil that I'm talking about, and I know you can't really see the consistency in the bottle, but it's a lot thicker than a lot of the other oils. So it almost has, once you put it in your hair and you've applied it on your hair as a sealant or what have you, or maybe just a moisturizing oil, it almost mimics like a pomade. Like it can function as a pomade because it's so super duper thick. So just be careful when you're working with castor oil, because really a little goes a long way. It's hard to spread, so I would suggest putting it in your palm first and then like warming it up with your hands, to melt it down a little bit and then start applying it on your hair. But the viscosity, like the stickiness is kind of really sticky. So you have to just work with it. This is not going to be like an oil for a beginner. It really isn't. Like, you are going to need to be comfortable applying oil in your hair, or just get it and then, you know, use the trial and error method as you're applying it onto your hair or on your skin. I don't really use castor oil on my skin a ton unless I'm applying it like to my scalp when I have like dry patches, because I use a flat iron. Or because I blow dry, a lot of times I'll have like dryness like around this area. And so because of the dryness, because of the high heat that I use to do whatever it is I'm doing, a lot of times I will have like some dry skin, so I will use castor oil for that reason. Like before I go to bed, I'll just apply it, and it works really well for me that way. But I don't normally put it on my face or on my nails or anything, because again, it's so sticky that it stays on your skin like forever when you're just using it. So if you're gonna use it, I would definitely suggest using it for your hair, especially the ends. Going to bed with it helps, because then your hair can absorb it before you wake up in the morning. So that is castor oil. Third is avocado oil. And avocado oil, I don't think that a lot of people talk about avocado oil as much. Like most of the time people are going to talk, you'll see people talking about jojoba or talking about castor oil, sweet almond oil, but avocado oil is actually one of my favorite oils. It's the consistency of it is between castor oil and between jojoba oil, so it's definitely a better oil to work with. It is on the thinner side. It's not as thick as sweet almond oil even. It has fatty acids. We know that avocado has a lot of good fats, and so the avocado oil actually has fatty acids that'll help plump up your hair to make your hair appear thicker, or to just plug in all of those damaged holes on the hair shaft so that your hair looks shinier, looks healthier, can look bouncier depending on how much you're applying. I wouldn't apply too much of it. Again, for this one, a little goes a long way. This is easier to spread, more so than castor oil, because it's not super duper thick. It has vitamin A, E, D, and E, so you know that it's really great for your skin, really great for your hair. A lot of under eye creams, I feel like, use avocado oil because of the fatty acids. It helps to plump up that area. So if you're looking for, you know, something to plump up your under eye area, let's say you didn't get enough sleep last night, or you're just suffering from, you know, deep bags, then avocado oil will be great. Put it on before you go to bed, and when you wake up, your under eyes will look a lot plumper, your hair will look a lot plumper. It helps with moisturization and with shine of your hair. I use this on my hair and my skin and my nails. I have like a really bad habit of picking at my cuticles. I don't know, and it's a relatively new habit, and I need to stop, because if you looked at my cuticles, they look so bad right now, because all I do is pick at them all the time. And it doesn't matter if I have a manicure, if I don't have a manicure, I'm picking at them all the time. So I use oils. Avocado oil is one of those to keep them moisturized so they don't look so dry, because I start to pick at them when they look dry. So I need to make sure that I keep my cuticles moisturized, and so avocado oil is a really great oil for that. And it's relatively inexpensive. I feel like, because some oils can be super expensive. We know that argan oil, you can get like an ounce for like $50. But for something like avocado oil, which I think works a lot better for me, for my particular liking, you can get this for like $8 or $9. So it's a really good price. And this is for fluid ounces. And again, for me, it works a lot better than some of the other oils that people talk about. Lastly, of course, I cannot get away with a video on oils without talking about my favorite, which is coconut oil. And coconut oil I love because, one, it's probably the most inexpensive per ounce of all the oils that I'm talking about. And secondly, because there's so many uses for it, and it smells amazing. The other oils just kind of smell like oil, but coconut oil smells like coconuts, and it smells delicious. And coconut oil is something that you can use internally and externally. So I can use this on my hair, on my skin, on my nails. I can add it into my smoothie. I cook my eggs with it in the morning. It is like the best all-around oil. Internally, it's a really great fat for you because it has, you know, omega-6s. And externally, because of the fatty acids, it can actually penetrate the hair shaft. if you're using it on your hair or on your skin because of the molecular structure. So let's say I'm using coconut oil on my hair. Now the thing that you want to know about coconut oil is you're not going to see the results on your hair right away. Some people do, I guess, but honestly, you're not. It's going to take several times. I like to use coconut oil as more of a treatment oil when it comes to my hair. I don't really apply it on as a sealing oil. I don't apply it on as like an oil that's going to help tame frizz. I like to use it as a deep conditioning or a hot oil treatment. So I'll put it all over my hair, wrap a hot towel around it or whatever, let it sit in there for an hour, and then wash my hair. It's a great pre-shampoo type treatment, and really all of these oils work really well as a pre-shampoo treatment. But I particularly love coconut oil, again, because it penetrates the hair shafts and works from the inside out. And so as you use it more often, you'll find that your hair is shinier, healthier, thicker, less breakage. It's just healthier all around. I have a whole video on other ways that I use coconut oil that I will link in the bottom bar and right here, so you can just tick it and watch all the other things that I use coconut oil for. But I use it for my skin, I use it for my face, I take my makeup off with it. It's just a fantastic oil all around. It's my favorite one. If I had to pick one of the oils out of the ones that I talked about, I would go with coconut oil. So a couple of the other oils that I know you're going to ask about: argan oil, olive oil. I don't really use olive oil so much, to be honest. I don't really use it on my skin, especially my face, because it is a comedogenic oil. People have had breakouts with it. I don't really have too many breakouts when I use it, but I don't use it often enough to see if it would cause breakouts, if that makes any sense. So I would be careful with using something like olive oil just because it is comedogenic. People have used it on their hair. Again, the oils that I talk about, these are the ones that work the best for me. I've tried the gamut of oils. I've tried avocado oil, argan oil. I've tried a mixture of them, and the ones that I've talked about are the ones that are really my favorites and that I keep in stock. But of course I have olive oil in my kitchen, but it's just not something that I am going to reach for. In terms of argan oil, I don't really think argan oil works all that well for me. Whether it's pure argan oil that's in a shampoo or a conditioner, it doesn't really work as well for me as something like avocado oil or coconut oil. So I prefer avocado oil or macadamia oil to argan oil, just a personal preference. Macadamia oil is another one of my favorites because of I just love it. I love what it does. I just don't have it because it's a little bit more expensive, and so it's not something that, again, I keep stocked. When I have it, I have it, and when I don't, I don't. And it's not something that I miss necessarily. Like, I'm not like, oh, I really wish I had macadamia oil right now. But if you're thinking about getting it, I would definitely get it. It's something that I would suggest. Okay guys, that is it. So I hope that video was informative, was helpful. I hope that you guys would try to experiment with different types of oils. If you have a favorite oil that I have not mentioned, then please list it down below because I'd love to try new ones. Just a little tidbit, there are also different types of mixtures of oils that you can get on the market. Like if you go to Target or Walmart or Walgreens or whatever, you can find a mixture of oils. I would be careful with those like pre-mixed type of oils because a lot of times they use silicones. I keep looking over here because I'm looking at the battery that's dying. So because they use silicones, and silicones, some people are more sensitive to them than others. I try not to use silicone in my hair as a conditioning agent necessarily. Like, I don't mind if it's something that I'm washing out of my hair, like if I have silicone in my shampoo or silicone in my conditioner, because I'm washing that out. But I don't really like to have something that's going to stay on my hair that contains silicones, just because silicones can coat the hair and give you a false sense of security when it comes to moisturization. So I like to just use natural oils, natural moisturizing agents like shea butter or cocoa butter and oils when it's something that I'm keeping on my hair to style it. Does that make sense? So yeah, so if you guys have any questions or any recommendations, then please, I'd love to know them. Just list those comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.